The Ardennes forests are populated by a multitude of species. The unspoiled nature and the many kilometres of forest interspersed with pasture provide a perfect habitat for small and large animals. We were invited on a Monday, the closing day, to visit and to film in the domain of the Caves of Han. The beautiful domain is mainly known through the caves themselves, but here you get a representative picture of all the great wildlife which the Ardennes accommodates. Wild boars are particularly numerous in the Ardennes. Hunting them is even needed to keep the numbers within limits. These animals produce quickly and in large numbers. A sow raises on average 5 to 7 piglets, but sometimes that number goes up to 12. These omnivores find a lot of food in the woods. Wolves have long since been driven from our region, but there is hope. More and more you hear reports that they are again on the rise. Hopefully these great hunters will sooner or later be able to take back their lost place. The wildcat is still common. She looks like a big house cat, but she's a completely different species. Their genetic background and their behaviour is completely different. They are wild animals, which are shy and keep themselves hidden high in the trees. From their lookouts they scour the land in search of prey. They contribute to keep the numbers of small rodents such as rats, mice, rabbits and other species under control. The red deer is also present everywhere. These powerful animals are active during the day and at night as well. To rest they prefer to hide themselves in young dense forest. They do not shun the open plain, and with a little luck you can, especially in the early morning or at dawn, see a whole group suddenly walking through a meadow. The hinds and their calves under 2 years old live in strongly hierarchical packs. A strong lead doe and her calf take the lead of such a pack. The males live in separate groups of almost only male deer. During the rutting season things become different. Then a dominant male gathers a group from just a few up to 70 hinds around him and expels the young non-dominant males. When the hormones get back under control, the dominant red deer leaves the hinds and joins the other males again. Deer eat during spring and summer mainly grasses, herbs and young leaves. During the fall and in winter their diet is composed of dwarf shrubs, saplings, grass, acorns and nuts. So they have a great influence on the size, species, composition and general rejuvenation of the forest. Raptors are everywhere. Each species is, as far as we know, protected. These buzzards are housed in an old tower. High in the air they search for prey. They are particularly useful animals that help to achieve a balance in the rodents' numbers. To film this kingfisher we had to leave our warm beds quite early. At 4 o'clock in the morning our camouflage tent was already set up, right on the banks of the Amblève. The kingfisher with its beautiful feathers in striking cobalt blue and bright orange is one of the nicest birds in our region. You often see them flying underwater fast as a blue lightning. They reach a speed of 80 kilometers per hour. The kingfisher feeds on small fish which he locates from a hunting post right on the water. From an overhanging branch of a tree he makes a spectacular dive into the water. The caught fish are first beaten to death and reversed with the head forward and the tail to the back, so they slide easily into the bird's throat. This one must be a female. You can see that by the colour of the beak. The females have an orange beak with black. Those of the males are completely black. In several species, the males are a lot more colourful than the females. Kingfisher males and females have a close to identical plumage. With their beautiful colours, they seem to come from some tropical island, but they are authentic and full of indigenous origin. For years they were considered endangered species, but in recent years their numbers have fortunately increased quite a lot. The beaver population is again growing strongly. It is the largest rodent found in the Ardennes. They're up to 20 kilogram in weight and a metre long. If they run, that seems a bit clunky, but they are perfect swimmers who can remain underwater for 20 minutes. With their ever-growing teeth, sharp as chisels, they can cut down large trees. With those trees, they build dams to keep the water level equal. They only feel good if they have a water depth of about 50 to 80 centimetres. Then they can build lodges with an underwater entrance, a safe place for themselves and to raise their young. Beavers are herbivores. Young leaves are a delicacy. See this guy enjoying a fresh snack? When the branch is stripped of all the leaves, he starts with the main course, the young bark. Skillfully the branch is scraped until only a stripped piece of wood remains. When you see a white branch without any piece of bark, lying on the waterfront, then you can be reasonably sure that there are beavers in the area. Sometimes they'll run a little on land and feed on agricultural crops such as corn and beets growing not too far from the riverbanks. They're cute animals to watch, but when they spot any danger they disappear immediately underwater. He would certainly have smelt us because beavers did not have a particularly good eyesight.